On a quiet wooden dresser, nestled between a faded photo frame and a sleepy blue lamp, sat a small pocket watch named Ticky. Ticky was very old. His edges were soft with time, his chain curled like a sleepy cat, and his ticking had slowed to a peaceful hum. Long ago, his round little face had been crisp and clear, with shiny hands that proudly pointed to the hours. But now, now his numbers had grown faint. The colors that once danced across his face were fading, like footprints in the sand after a gentle wave. One morning, just before the sun stretched across the sky, Ticky woke with a curious flutter in his gears. Something felt different. He blinked his tiny clock eyes, or rather, the gears that clicked behind them, and looked at himself. His face had grown too pale to tell the time. The hands were still there, frozen in place, but the colors were gone. No more gentle pinks to whisper of morning, no bright yellow to sing of noon, and no glowing orange to hush the world to sleep. Without those colors, Ticky could no longer do what he was made to do. And so began the journey of watching. Not moving, not walking, not flying, just watching, thinking, remembering. After all, Ticky wasn't just any watch. He was wise. He knew that time moves even when we don't. Out the window, the sky stretched wide, like a story waiting to be told. The dresser creaked slightly beneath him, as if cheering him on. And so Ticky waited for the first color of time. It came softly, like a whisper on velvet. At the edge of the world, the deep blue night began to stretch and yawn. Slowly, carefully, the dark sky began to blush. Ticky watched closely. First came a quiet pink. Not loud or flashy, no, it was the pink of a morning secret. The pink of cotton candy clouds. The pink of baby rose petals opening for the first time. It brushed the tops of the rooftops and tiptoed across the window pane. It wasn't a shout. It was a sigh. Ticky's gears fluttered. He remembered. This was the color of beginning, the start of things. The hush before a day begins to sing. And as the light touched his glass, a soft shimmer bloomed. His pale face warmed just a little. There it was, pink, nestled gently in the center of his dial. He wasn't whole yet, but it was a start. Would the other colors come too, he wondered? Could a tiny watch so still and quiet gather the pieces of time just by watching? The day moved on. As always, time did what time does, it passed. The shadows of the dresser legs shifted like sleepy dancers. The little lamp blinked in the sunlight. A bird landed on the windowsill, chirped once, then flew away. Ticky watched it all. And then, at just the right moment, it arrived. Bright, bold, golden like a trumpet song. The yellow of day. It was not the gentle pink of sunrise. No, this yellow had energy, like skipping feet and spinning pinwheels. It danced across the grass, bounced off windows, and made the golden knobs of the dresser shine like tiny suns. It was the yellow of lemonade on a hot afternoon. The yellow of daffodils reaching up to say hello. The yellow of big ideas and laughter that makes your tummy shake. And there it was again, that soft shimmer. Ticky's face, so faded before, now held a circle of yellow, bold and bright, just beside the pink. He ticked once, softly. Talk. The sound surprised him. It had been a long time since a tick and a talk had come so close together. Could I really become whole again? He wondered. He looked back at the sky, hopeful. But the day, like all things, began to slow. The shadows stretched longer. The golden light melted into something deeper, softer. And now the sky began to glow with a warm and sleepy light. Orange. It wasn't the orange of candy or crayon. No, this was the orange of sunset. A soft, glowing orange, like a storybook gently closing at the end of a tale. The trees were touched with firelight. The clouds floated like orange dreams. The world seemed to take a deep breath. It was the color of rest, of almost done, of the hush just before the stars wake up. And just like that, it touched him. A warm shimmer spilled across Ticky's face. Pink, yellow, and now orange. All three colors of time. His gears whirred quietly. His hands, so still all day, gently began to move again. First the hour hand, slow and steady. Then the minute hand, gliding along like a sleepy swan. And then, at last, the second hand, quick and joyful, zipping around like a dragonfly in summer. Ticky-tock, ticky-tock. He was working. He was whole. And all he had done was watch. Watch with wonder. Watch with patience. Watch with the wisdom of a clock who knew that life doesn't have to be rushed to be beautiful. As the orange light dimmed and the first star blinked into view, Ticky felt a new kind of glow. He had found the colors of time, not by chasing them, but by noticing them, by sitting still and seeing. He was still small, he was still old, but he was more himself than ever before. And from then on, Ticky ticked gently on the dresser, watching, noticing. Morning brought pink again, soft and shy. Midday shone yellow, bright and busy. Evening whispered orange, warm and wise. And Ticky, with each passing color, remembered something very important. Time is not just about counting. It's about noticing, about feeling, about understanding the rhythm of the world. Pink for beginning, yellow for living, orange for remembering. The colors of time. And if you listened very closely on a quiet day, you might just hear him whispering between ticks. Time isn't only about moving forward, it's also about holding on to what matters. And as the moon rose high and the stars stretched across the sky like silver sprinkles, Ticky rested again, waiting for the next day's first pink blush to return. But what's that glimmer, far across the room? A tiny wind-up toy has lost its spring. But that's a story for another time. Ticky would be watching. Always watching. Moral: wisdom means noticing the quiet beauty in every part of the day.